People who do succeed are set apart by their personalities, objectives, and abilities. I want to introduce you to the women that are set apart. Bombshell National Area, stand up and let's cheer for them. Stand up, ladies! And we didn't just do it, we did million and our national area. God is doing exceedingly abundantly more through us than we could ever imagine. So many dreams are attached to ours. Mary Kay Ash's decision to open the doors to her dream company 60 years ago was attached to my family's dream. That decision single-handedly changed my life. Thank you. In a few short months, how your business and life would be forever changed if you just saw the faces. If you partied and passed it on, what could happen for you and for your family? One of the very first dreams that was attached to mine was your number 4 sales director, executive sales director, Lindsay Freisteller Creamer's dreams. Lindsay is now the face of our new beauty consultant emails. Her list of accolades is so long. Her team has completed million 3 times, and she will debut on next year's stage as a national sales director. She has impacted many lives with her decision to say yes, and her daily decision to wake up and work. I handed her my business card. I facialed her the next day because you know why? Faces take you places. Lindsay, you are my best friend. And this doesn't happen without you. Like Kristen said to me last year, it's your turn to step up into the role of National Sales Director. This company needs women like you to get it done. Felicia Shannon, another sales director, started her business from attending a virtual launch party where we put the product on our guest faces and allow them to try the products before they buy the products. She had just enough money in her bank account to cover the Mary Kay eStart starter kit. She turned her starter kit into profit from selling and then earned the use of 2 cars within 19 weeks. She is known for having the goal of getting 20 guests a week onto our virtual events because she knows faces
take you places.
Yes, my friends. Regina Furry came to the virtual launch party of her sister-in-law and had been praying for a way to make extra money. When she decided to start her Mary Kay business, I am so glad that Regina was a face. She has a list of serious health complications that leave her in bed most days, yet overcomes. One of her favorite things that she says is her disability does not define her ability. She fought this year to be one of our sales directors that would be represented on this stage, and we are so proud of her and her team for making that happen. Rita Ledbetter was on so many of our live sessions trying the product that she finally decided that she should start her Mary Kay business because it just made sense. She's the Premier Club Sales Director in our national area, and that name might sound familiar to you because she was the queen of recruiting at the Emerald Seminar last year. She works a corporate job and she soars at her Mary Kay business. Thank you, Lord, for these amazing Mary Kay products and the faces that take us places. Senior Sales Director Lynn DuBois started jumping onto our live sessions, and from trying the products, she said yes. In the last 2 months of this seminar year, she earned the use of 2 career cars in 18 days, making her a Premier Club Sales Car Director, Queen's Court of Sales, and she did that while finalizing the paperwork of her divorce after 30 years of marriage, my friends. She is using what most might make as a reasonable excuse and turning it into her why. And Lynn's Offspring Sales Director, Samantha Cody, Samantha was on a virtual hostess session of one of her friends in January and decided to say yes to this opportunity. She submitted DIQ in May and finished in 1 month. One! Her and her team are a force to be reckoned with. She's an incredible mama and a faith-filled, phenomenal leader. A face on a hostess session. Praise God for Renee's virtual hostess party. Lawrence Brittani, she attended her recruiter's virtual launch party. She fell in love with the product and started her business. She is a determined leader and a gatherer of people, a mama of 2 who is taking her son to doctor's appointments to diagnose health concerns with a corporate job and responsibilities that seemed endless, yet she leads so beautifully and inspires so many. Her face on that launch party made a difference. Kristen Marion attended her best friend's virtual launch party and joined to help her best friend get into her red jacket. When she started, she had serious social anxiety. She had never initiated a single conversation in her life. She is now confident enough to fight for her kids' education, all while having her best months ever in her Mary Kay business. These are priceless gifts that this opportunity can give to you. Laura Donovan was invited to a launch party that she forgot to attend. And then that beauty consultant said, well, you can host us a party instead. And she did. And guess what? She tried the product on her face. She's a teacher and works with her daughter, and her daughter does live, her daughter Lexi. Between the amazing lives that Lexi does to help her and the special Mary Kay deliveries that her police officer husband Michael does, they are quite the family package. This past year, she worked hard to assist her daughter Allie in getting a scholarship to the Coast Guard Academy, where Allie is serving our country. All while Laura was having her best month ever to help us finish our national area. Her face, those faces. Me saying yes to being a face for Rochelle led to us the use of 21 cars that were earned by the women in our national area in the past 2 years alone. One of those cars was earned by brand new sales director Fonda Hudson, who was a guest on a virtual launch party. She works a demanding job, and her team just earned the use of their Chevy Trax in 1 month into their sales director status.
Woo!
Whose dream is a turf? And we always wanted to see as many faces as it was days of the month. If it was the 29th, we wanted to have already had the product on 29 faces. Okay? With me? All right. What's today?
29.
Hint, hint. Okay. Sales director Morgan Hacker came to a house for a facial. I'm sure her name went on the sheet that hung on the fridge. She tells the funniest story of how she came to the realization that this Mary Kay business could work for her. She's the most amazing mama to Charlie, May, and Mason, so she never wanted to sacrifice her kiddos. So the day she and I drove to set up Fishbowl, and I was pumping while driving my pink Cadillac. I'm really good driving with my knee. Was the day she knew she could reach her goals. She has enrolled her family. She has made Mary Kay conferences, family vacations, because she's a show-up kind of girl. I love the constant reminder that the fortune is in the follow-up from seeing all of those faces, because Julie Winters was invited to a virtual launch party and she forgot about it. Then the friend invited her to the next virtual session and she said yes. Julie finished her DIQ in 2 months. She owns her own business, has children, owns horses, is extremely busy, yet became a sales director and now has her own DIQ, Jennifer Harper. Faces and follow-up. Military, mama, and senior sales director Jolene Countryman came from a party in 2009. In 2021, 12 years later, she started her business and became a sales director 3 months and 9 days and earned the use of a Cadillac in 7 months. She was #1 in her class. She's a big dreamer and a big doer. And in her first year as a sales director, she and her unit completed the $500,000 unit club and was a Court of Achievement Director again this year. How about her offspring that follows by example, Shannon Provost? Shannon was a customer of a beauty consultant for 10 years who never offered her the opportunity. Offer the opportunity to everyone. That beauty consultant quit right before Jolene joined, and Shannon was Jolene's first team member. Shannon did Queen's Court of Sales 2 years in a row, became a sales director, earned the use of her Premier Club car, finished the new sales director challenges, and was #2 in her class. All while being an amazing mama to her 3 kids and working as a nurse. Premier Club driving senior sales director Michelle Clark moved across country this year and has already started seeing the faces in her new state because she knows the power of faces. The first event she attended was a marketing event, a face at a marketing event. As we were closing out the seminar year, she was off track from earning the use of her Equinox. Needed her best month ever, like somewhere in the 29,000 wholesale range. Y'all, she did it. She is a woman of her word and a record breaker. All of those faces she has seen and the relationships she has built from seeing those faces helped her finish her best month ever. And her new offspring sales director, Tangela Cosby, she's a longtime user of the product, a lover of people and a bringer of joy. She was secretly reading every post Lindsay and Michelle ever made, but never liked their posts because she knew they'd reach out to her. Then Michelle was going into the IQ and she needed one more person. Well, Tangela was that person. Welcome to the Big Girls Club, Tangela. We love you, my friend. Who are you calling to book after this is over? Ask them, can I borrow your face? Pam Cavalli was supporting her cousin Heather's dreams when she said yes to Mary Kay. Prior to Mary Kay, she had a successful teaching career, but stepped away to raise her miracle babies. Today, she still gets to focus on her children while also using her gifts of being a master teacher and coach to lead a successful Premier Club unit and to write outlines for our lives. Pam sees faces and is incredible in the virtual world. 6 years ago, I met a face I'll never forget, Senior Sales Director Allison Hamby. I gave my business card to her outside of a mall. I asked for her name and number and if I could borrow her face, and she gave it. I facialed her a few days later and now we're best friends. Allison stepped up to become a senior sales director for our national area when we needed it the most. And how about her new offspring sales director, Abby, who was a face at an in-person launch party. We needed Abby to finish DIQ in 1 month, and Abby stepped up and she made it happen. Abby is a mama and a teacher. She and her team are a powerful force that party. They do hostess parties, QVC parties, Fat 5 and 10 parties. They just party. And now she has a DIQ Allison. You might be wondering, what do we say to have all of these amazing women join our team? Well, sounds a little something like this. What would it take to get you started today? That's it. Because this is a decision. It's a simple decision. Speaking of things that are amazing, how good it feels when you have someone that's been with you since the beginning step into their greatness. Charmaine Bowman attended an event 11 years ago, tried the product, and she started her Mary Kay business. She always knew she wanted to be a sales director. That was a part of our debuting area. A dream that had been planted in her heart. And then she had a deadline, our June 30th deadline, that held her feet to the fire, and she made it happen. Now she has a DIQ Regina. I am so glad that you were a face at an event 11 years ago, Charmaine. Now that we are talking about partying, brand new sales director Pam Harris partied her way to the top. I remember looking at my date book and thinking, ooh, she is going places. Because she had 2 parties on her date book a week. Because of that, she leads a super strong, consistent team. She works a full-time job and is a single mom, yet uses the Mary Kay virtual world as a way to flexibly fit it all in. I met Pam from our mutual friend Missy, who hostessed a virtual party. Pam was the face at a party and a bringer of fun. Who have you asked to hold a party today? I had something happen in my business and it hurt. I remember thinking, am I making a difference in anyone's life? I was rocking Sweet Kinley. She was one of the kids that was actually good on stage. Kinley was 2 at that time. Everly, who was 1, was in the crib. We had just found out we had another one on the way. I was emotional, I was hormonal, I was not logical. None of you have ever been there before, I'm sure. I had a wise people tell me before that when emotions are high, logic is low, right? And that is never a good time to make a decision. I called Lindsay and Lindsay said to me, you can't give up. If you quit, I might quit too. And that's when I realized how many dreams are attached to ours. I think it's about 20 sales directors and the use of about 26 cars to date that would have been impacted in an entire national area. In that rocking chair, I cried out to God, Lord, I worked so hard for so long, and I know you promised me the position of National Sales Director, and if you promised that to me, please show up. Please show up. In that moment, as I was rocking in that rocking chair, I felt a peace that surpassed all understanding. See, 4 years prior to that, we had done $500,000, $500,000, $500,000, $500,000. And when you're stuck, you're stuck. That year, we weren't on target to hit much of anything, let alone earn the use of our 4th pink Cadillac. But we made up our mind after that rocking chair moment that we were going to make that Cadillac happen. And in just 2 months, God blessed our efforts. We earned that 4th pink Cadillac by like 3 cents. I don't know if you know it, but they give you a Cadillac whether you earn it by a cent, 3 cents, 50,000, it doesn't matter. That year, we did the $350,000 unit club. We moved backwards.